Welcome to Yoga with Cynthia. I'm Cynthia Bialik, and both the host and the producer for this program. And Irene Faithful is here with me. We're both going to be demonstrating today a flow which will start standing, focusing on a lot of balance and core stability. So we're going to warm up the body first. And if you've never participated in any yoga session, you may want to join us for the first part and see how your body does, and then check with your healthcare professional to see if the movements are appropriate for your body. So we're going to start on a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat at home, a non-skid surface of any kind is better than carpet, but if that's all you have, join us and just see how you do. So we're going to start in the front of our yoga mat, and we're going to look down at our toes, and I want you to separate those toes just a wee bit. Pull the heels apart so the toes are parallel. We're going to lift the kneecaps up, so tighten those quads. And when you tighten the quads and lift the kneecaps up, your hips are going to feel a little bit more stable. And then let's build from there. Lift the rib cage up and draw the navel into your spine. So what we're doing is finding those body locks. And in yoga, we call them energy locks. So we have Mula Bandha, we have Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha. So you're pulling your head back towards the back of your mat, tucking your chin just slightly, moving the head back. So let's find all those bandhas, starting with the Mula Bandha, pulling up through the pubic bone, in through the navel, and back through the head. Now I want you to close your eyes for a moment and breathe in and out through the nose, finding those energy blocks. Finding stability in the spine. And now open your eyes, and we're going to rotate those arms to the outside edges of your mat and then rotate them in. So one of the things we're going to work on with our yoga flow is to try to think about all the movements our joints can move in. So we're going to start with the shoulders, open and close those arms. And then we're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling, but starting with bent elbows. Those of you that have issues with the shoulders, you can always stay in a goalpost. Or if you can, bring the arms all the way up to the ears, or interlace your fingers, and we're going to come into what we call axial extension, where we pull the natural curves of the spine out in order to traction the spine, getting a little relief sometimes from tight areas in the back. Now from there, we're going to twist. So let's bring those arms back to a goalpost. Bring the left arm out, the right arm back, and look over the right shoulder. And come back to that goalpost. Bring that right arm out, the left arm back, and look over the left shoulder. And now we're just going to take the arms down to the hips, drive the navel into the spine, tuck your chin in this time, and just reach down towards your toes. So just hang wherever you can. Some of you may not be able to reach to your toes. Some of you may be able to put the heels of your hands on the mat. So just find the place that works for your body. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose as we continue to hold that pose. Now, slowly drive the navel into the spine. Find those blocks of energy. Draw inward, strengthening through the bandhas. Roll those shoulders back. And now we're going to step back with your right foot. So first, lift your heel, slide your foot back comfortably. Turn the right foot out to the side and bend that front leg. So you feel the stretch in the calf, soleus, and the Achilles. We're going to bring those arms out in front of you. And we're going to open the right arm all the way back with breath. Exhale and close. So now I want you to feel the abs. Open the chest, stretching the shoulders. And now as you come in, tighten up through the chest and through the core. Now we're going to bring those arms up. If you need to, bend the elbows. Otherwise, keep your thumbs moving back over the shoulders. And that's Virabhadrasana 1. Then we're going to open to Virabhadrasana 2. Left arm goes straight out, right arm is back. And when we come into Virabhadrasana 3, we've got some options. You can airplane the arms around, lift your right heel off the ground, Stay steady here and just look forward over the front of your mat. If you feel you're able to, you can come off that right foot. And then if you feel you're able to, you can lean a little further forward. You can also bring your arms out in front of you. Lead through the crown of your head, pushing back through that right heel. Now step on back with your right foot. Once again, bring the arms out, and we're going to open to the left. Standing twist, create those bandhas. Pull up through the pubic bone, up through the middle of your spine, out through the crown of your head. And then bring the right arm behind your back and stretch the chest. Bend your left knee again and look up in the air. Lift your rib cage as high as you can. And now start to straighten that left leg as you take the nose to your left knee, bringing the arms up and over the shoulders, pulling the arms forward as much as you can as you lower the head down. Then swing those arms back up. Bring the arms in the air. You can always bring them into a goalpost here, or once again, axial extend the spine. Lifting the rib cage up high. Moving those curves out of the spine as we separate the vertebrae. Feel nice and lifted. Exhale, bring those arms back into the goalpost, and we're going to step back with that left foot. And we're going to open up the chest here, or bring the arms over your shoulders. And then come back to center. Bring your right arm out, your left arm back. Look over your left shoulder. Let's do the same thing again. Bend the elbows, come into the goalpost. Take your left arm forward and your right arm back. Squeeze those inner thighs, creating those bandha locks. Pull up through the pubic bone. Pull the navel into your spine. Pull the head back. And once again, back center. Let's come into Virabhadrasana 1. If you can, lifting the arms up in the air. Look up there. Then open to 2. Bending that right knee. And as we come into 3, airplane the arms around. Start to lift that left heel off the ground. Pulling the crown of your head forward. And if you feel you're able to, start to come off your left heel and onto the right foot, and then come as far forward as you feel comfortable. Lifting that back leg, bringing the arms out in front if you choose, even interlacing your fingers as you continue to pull the arms into your ears. Now bend that right knee, step on back, lift the rib cage in the air once again. Turn to the right, squeeze those inner thighs. And at this time, we're going to bring that left arm behind the back, interlace your fingers, draw the arms down as we stretch the chest up in the air, coming back into extension. And now pull forward, head to knee, stretching the chest, the triceps and the shoulders, bringing the arms forward over the front of your mat. Hold there. 2 more deep breaths as we continue to stretch the chest. Now let's release those arms. Bring the arms back up in the air. Step those feet together. And we're going to assume Samastahiti. Bringing the thumbs to the sternum. Dropping the shoulders down. And at this time, we're going to lift that right knee up in the air. Try to find those energy blocks. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Pulling the head back for Jalandhara Bandha. Stay there, moving the ball of your foot around in both directions. Cross that leg over the other and just pull back in a one-legged chair, just gently sitting back over that left heel. Stay there. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose as you pull those hips back. If you can, bring the arms up in the air and just hold that pose. Deepen your breath as you stretch the arms up long and sit back behind that left heel. Now we're going to step on back once again with your right foot. Turn all the way around to the left side of the room once again, pulling up through the crown of your head, taking your gaze straight out to the left. We're going to start to bend that left knee, reach that right arm back, and as you reach up with your left arm, send it over the left shoulder, stretching those lats as much as you can, lifting your gaze to the ceiling. Open the rib cage as much as possible. Now wrap your right hand around that left hip, straighten the left leg, and slide down that left leg. As you rotate the spine, look up in the air. Open the chest there. Continue your breaths, stretching up as much as you can, lifting the chest, rolling back into the right shoulder. 2 more deep breaths. Now we're going to swing that right arm down and fold into your left knee. Now if you need to use the block, you can always place that block in front of your left foot so you don't have to lean down as far if it's too much on your back, or if it's too much because you're not as flexible and it puts pressure on your knees. So we're going to come back up, bending that left leg, come back up to Virabhadrasana 1, lift the rib cage in the air, bring your hands back into prayer. Step forward, Samastahiti. Lift that left heel up, engaging the Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha, lifting up through the hip and moving that left foot around. Take your time crossing that left leg over the right, sitting back over your right heel. Come down as low as you feel comfortable. Bring the arms in the air if you can, and just gently sitting back, keeping the navel drawn into the spine, keeping those pelvis steady. Now we're going to come up and step back with your left foot. Once again, turn to the right side of the room. Squeeze those inner thighs. And we're going to start to bend the right leg as we reach back with the left arm into the reverse warrior. Lift the chest as high as you can and wrap your left hand over the right hip. And now straighten the right leg and slide down your shin or use your block. Look up in the air. Open the chest there and reach up with your left arm. Opening the rib cage as high as you can. Stretching up towards the ceiling, keeping the head in alignment with your right foot, keeping the left shoulder stacked over your right. And on the last exhale, we're going to bring that left arm down. And again, if you choose to use the block, you can place it in front of your right foot, or you can keep your head pulling towards your right knee. Now let's come back up. Once again in Virabhadrasana 1, look up in the air and come back to Samastahiti. So now we're going to go for a complete flow. And for those who have that issues of your wrist or shoulders, any joint pain, even your fingers, Irene's going to present an option for you. So let's go with a flow. Watch Irene for examples of how to protect your wrist and shoulders. So we're going to start with the arms in the air, lift the chest up high, tall mountain here. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Step back with your right foot, stay there, and then open the chest to your left. Look up in the air. Now we're going to be moving into a side arm balance. If you choose, you can come to your left knee instead of slotting that left foot in front of the right. So come on down, and you're going to slide that left foot in front of the right, or come down to your knee. Open the chest and look up into your right hand there. Lifting the rib cage up high, squeeze those inner thighs to the midline of the body. Then come to plank, and you can come down your elbows like Irene, or you can stay lifted high into a high plank like I'm doing here. You can come down slowly into Chaturanga Dandasana by pulling forward, bringing the elbows to the rib cage, hover the mat. Then dropping the chest between the thumbs, coming up to Cobra here. or continue coming up to upward dog. Lift your chest up high. And if you feel you're able to, you can slide up onto the top of your feet and suspend your thighs. Now drive the navel into the spine, rolling onto the balls of your feet. Shift your weight back into your heels as you tuck your chin into your chest. Continue pulling your weight back as far as you can, letting your head come down towards the ground. Soften your face. Let your head continue moving down towards the mat. Then we're going to bend the knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Open your right hip and come back up to Virabhadrasana 1. Look up in the air, open to 2. Bring the arms straight out from the shoulders, airplane the arms around. And once again, Samastahiti. Once again, in a flow, starting with Tall Mountain, Tadasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. This time our left foot goes back. Take a deep breath in, turn to your right and open the chest. Look up into your right hand here. And as we exhale, you can slide to your right knee or slide the right leg in front of your left. Look up in the air, side arm balance, Vasisasana. Hold that pose. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose. And as you come into plank, you can come to your elbows. Feel steady and strong. Slowly come down into the mat. Hover. Chaturanga Dandasana. Then drop. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Look up in the air. Adho Mukha Savasana. Start to pull back into the downward dog. Tuck your chin. Let your head drop. Continue your breaths as you pull back into your heels. 2 more slow breaths. On the last exhale, step your right foot forward. Pull back into that right hip. Start to bend the right knee. Come up into Virabhadrasana 1. Lift your chest up high. Open to 2. Airplane the arms around. Samastahiti. Let's go for another flow. Let's bring the arms up in the air. And this time we're going to sit down in Utkatasana. Otherwise we're known as chair pose. We're going to sit back behind those heels. Stay there and breathe. Swing the arms down and then into extension. Lifting the chest. Pressing your thigh bones forward. Look up. And as you sit back down, we're going to sweep that left arm over to the outside of your right leg and open. Twisting to the right, both arms up. Deep breath in, exhale, and twist to the left. And again, arms up in the air, deep breath in, exhale, fold forward. Step all the way back with your right foot. And this time we're going to come up in the crescent lunge. So keep your right heel off the floor. You can bring your hands to your thigh for stability, or you can bring your arms in the air and lift up. Crescent lunge. Now fold forward, and we're going to, if you want to use your block, we are going to put that block under our left hand. We're going to open up our right hip as much as you can. Turn to the right side of the room and half moon. Lifting that right leg high, trying to stack the right shoulder over your left. And come back into Virabhadrasana 1. Arms in the air, lift that chest high. And come down. Step back with your left foot. And you can come down to your elbows if you choose. Deep breath in, slowly come down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Look up. Adho Mukha Savasana. Pull back. Tuck your chin to your chest. Step that left foot forward. And once again, come back up. Virabhadrasana 1. Samastahiti. Let's continue. Arms up in the air. Sit down Utkatasana. Swing the arms down. Stand in backward bend. Exhale. Turn to the left. Open the chest. And once again, reach up. Deep breath in. Twist to your right. Open the chest there. And again, both arms up in the air. And come down. Left foot goes back. And you can bend that right knee. Put your hands on the thigh as you come up. Or swing those arms back, lifting the chest in crescent lunge. Come back down to plank. Hover the mat. Slowly come down. Chaturanga Tadasana. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Adho Mukha Savasana. Pull all the way back. Step your right foot forward. Come up into Virabhadrasana 1. And Samastahiti. Both arms up. Tall mountain here. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. This time we're going to step back with our right foot and our left. And come to our knees. And just take the gaze to the ceiling. Dog tilt. Round the spine into cat. Drive the navel into your spine here. And once again, dog tilt. Look up. Exhale, round the spine in cat. Now curl your toes under. And this time, as we go into downward dog, we're going to twist our dog. Take the right hand over the left calf. Look under your left shoulder. And switch. Left hand goes underneath that right leg and around. Look underneath your right shoulder. And return to the knees. Sit back over your heels. And if that's a problem for anybody, slide your block between your heels. Lift your chest. Look up in the air. Deep breath in. Lift your chin. Now, if you choose, you can take your right hand back and reach up with your left arm. Look to the right side of the mat. Have a seat back down. Turn your left hand back. Take the right arm up in the air. Lift that chest there. And now, both arms up. Lift your chest. And bring those hands to the very front edge of your mat. Now we're going to cross those ankles. Pull back over the heels. And have a seat and staff. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for viewing Yoga with Cynthia. We're going to make our way down the mat slowly using our core. And once we're there, we're going to get into Savasana, corpse pose, our final relaxation pose. So we're going to start by engaging our Uddiyana Bandha. We're going to round the shoulders and we're going to move down one vertebrae at a time into the mat. And as we line our spine, just bring the arms out to the side. Get comfortable on your mat. Take your feet out. And move the balls of your feet in circles in both directions. Your head over to the right and then over to the left. And then we're going to find neutral spine. Rest on the back of the head. Allow your fingers to curl inward to the palms. Now keep your mouth closed and continue breathing in and out through the nose in corpse pose.